Not know it was wrong.
The only independent voice of Liberia. No allegiance to any political party, organization, institution, or individual. Freedom FM 87.9, your best choice.
But one thing that I was not able to accomplish that I wanted to accomplish was after the war, the Liberian people elected me, and in fact, the Liberian people elected me to unite the country. I was not able to get some of the other factional leaders to return to Liberia. I was not able to get one or two of the political leaders to return. And I think they helped to provoke the situation. I was able to do a whole lot. Strangely, the LPC, these were all warring factions, and all of the other warring factions, I was able to bring them into government. In fact, most of the combatants that fought for the government during the war were the combatants of the warring factions that fought against me. So I accomplished bringing them together. I accomplished making sure that the issue of tribalism went away in Liberia. But I mean, to a great extent, I think most Liberians now, if you went to Liberia and took a poll, they would say Mr. Taylor did his best. Any other regrets? The second regret is that I was never able to get the United States to understand me. I was never able to get them to work with me, which is so essential for Liberia. No president of Liberia, no president can make it successfully unless he is online with Washington. Now, I'm not the type of guy that you can pick up a telephone and command. I don't take that. I didn't take that from Washington. Then, even if I were elected president, I would not take it. I'm not that kind. I'm not a coward. But I do believe that a good working relationship is essential for any president of Liberia, or that president will fail.
I'm filled with a profound sense of gratitude and humility. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your president and commander-in-chief for the past 6 years. Together, in 2018, we embarked on a journey to build a united, peaceful, and prosperous Liberia. And I am deeply thankful for the trust and support you have bestowed upon me and my administration during my
Our peace is fragile.
Navigate the complexity.
What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together. Not to separate us, not to divide us, destroy this country anymore.
Was instrumental in the development and implementation of policies and programs that aim to bring progress and development to our great nation. Reflecting on the accomplishment of these 6 years, let me tell you that I am proud of what we have achieved together. We have built roads, supported free wires and free tuition at high schools and public universities, stabilized the macroeconomic challenges we face in 2018, built hundreds of pro-poor housing units, and achieved on so many fronts that we are able to list here today. However, I acknowledge that there is always room for improvement, and perhaps more could have been done under different circumstances. Regrettably, some of the long-term projects we initiated did not reach completion during my tenure. I am hopeful that the incoming administration will carry the torch forward and bring these initiatives to fruition for the benefit of all Liberians. fellow compatriots, rumors and misinformation have played a large part in our politics over the last 6 years. It is my hope we as a country will overcome this challenge over the next 6 years. To begin this, we must start with the facts of the transition. I must report to you that we are leaving behind a better economy than we inherited. Today, President-elect Joseph Nima Bouaka will inherit a stronger economy than I inherited. There is a bigger net international reserve position than was handed me in 2018. I inherited 94,999,000 United States dollars in net international reserves. And I am handing over to the next administration a net international reserve position of 222,700,000 United States dollars. This is 136% increase in the net international reserve position. The total cash balance in the government's consolidated account is United States $40,044,365.90. In 2018, my government inherited a consolidated cash position of $7 million United States dollars. The next administration thus has more resources to deal with emergency macroeconomic challenges than my administration had at its disposal in 2018. My fellow citizens, through our time together, I held still fast to two cornerstones of leadership: keeping the peace and upholding the democratic process.
To our suckers. This is what we must deal with, and this is what we must say. Who do we elect into our public offices? Because, as I've said before, when you allow hyenas to take care of goats, why should you be surprised when the goats are eaten? This is the same. And Africa is only going to realize our potential in all areas when, by dint of choice, we enable and allow our best men and women to serve in different areas. I've heard it being said about Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore. I've heard it being suggested about Mahathir Mohamad in Malaysia. I've heard it being said about Japan. I've heard it being said about other countries, but there was a conscious decision on the part of those individuals and the followership. We always talk about leaders, but we never talk about the followers. The followers must also style up. Africans on average are for some reason attracted to thieves. Africans are for some reason attracted to men and women who cannot serve her. And when they are not served, then they complain. When Africans are told, choose you now whom we shall release, Jesus of Nazareth or Barabbas, they say release Barabbas. And when Barabbas behaves like Barabbas, they say, why are you not behaving like Christ? It cannot be done.
In May of 2001, signed a second of two executive orders, number 13213, Defense Exhibit D310, in which it was stated, and I quote, the government of Liberia's complicity in the RUF's illicit trade in diamonds and its other forms of support for the RUF are direct challenges to the United States foreign policy objectives in the region, as well as the rule-based international order that is critical to the peace and prosperity of the United States. Therefore, I find these actions by the government of Liberia contribute to the unusual and extraordinary threat to the foreign policy of the United States described in Executive Order 13194, with respect to which the President declared a national emergency. This executive order did not say the alleged complicity, it concluded the complicity. The conspiracy was born, all systems put into motion, and here I stand today. I never stood a chance. This is the broader contextual matrix that regrettably did not and still has not seen the light of day in these proceedings, despite the gallant efforts by the defense to unearth and reveal the contextual framework behind the charges against me.
Now, with the two executive orders, the dogs were let out, so to speak. What followed was a dispatch of the attack pack led by Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, Defense Intelligence 30 years prosecutor. He, Crane, unlawfully unsealed the court's sealed indictment to his handlers, senior U.S. government officials at the U.S. Embassy in Freetown, and was never held to account. The rest of the operational team are Colonel Brandon Hollis, Defense Intelligence, CIA, U.S. Air Force, Senior Trial Counsel, and now prosecutor. James C. Johnson, U.S. Army expert, 20 years on conventional and special operations, Chief of Prosecutions for the SCSL. Alan White, 30 years, Defense Intelligence, recalled from retirement to head up investigations at the Special Court of Sierra Leone. Stephen J. Rapp came on board as chief prosecutor for a short time of experience from Capitol Hill, where he served with the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee sometime before. It came as no surprise to me that as a reward of sorts for Stephen Rapp's diligence in the execution of U.S. foreign policy objectives through these ad hoc tribunals, he was appointed U.S. Ambassador at Large for War Crimes issues. In support of the contextual framework of politics, on February 8, 2006, Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, prosecutor, appeared before a U.S. Congress Subcommittee on Africa, Defense Exhibit D4. This demonstrates the significant pressure that was brought to bear on President Obasanjo, irrespective of his personal and leadership obligations to the West African sub-region. And therein lies the dilemma for current African heads of state and government, but how to enter into binding commitments and obligations with the African pairs and remain steadfast, resolute, and unyielding in their fidelity to those agreements in the face of such unrelenting and punishing pressure from powerful Western leaders.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up when you stop slipping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know y'all sleeping now. Y'all gotta whip us on, yeah? Okay, let's go.
Oh yes, love is a challenge. But that's what makes it life. That's why it is called life. Because if you do not have life, there will be no challenge. The only reason why you are experiencing challenge or challenges is because you are alive. So if you do not want to have or experience any form of challenge, thank you, yourself. But when you kill yourself, it is a crime. I'm sure you do not want to die as a criminal. So the best thing you can do as a mind is to face your challenges, turn them into prosperity, turn them into progress. That pushes your enemy to fight stronger. Let me say, very, very pleasant. A good evening to all of you across the country. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to those of you in the diaspora, our friends, our fans, our followers, our critics, and even those of you who do not like the things we say and the way we say them. It's good to have all of you joining us tonight. Today is Tuesday. It's the 19th day of August 2025. Tonight we have just two major issues we want to talk about tonight. We want to exhaustively address those two issues that keeps us resurfacing and resurfacing. Tonight we want to look at the Drug Enforcement Agency, the system that is being used to fight drugs in our country. I want to question the sincerity of those who are supposed to be the major actors leading the fight against the drugs in our country. What steps have they taken? We want to evaluate the performance and their capacity tonight. We want to try, test, and challenge their sincerity in the fight against drugs in our country. We believe that they've been on lip service, and we want to communicate our belief to all of you in the system tonight. So yes, we're talking drugs tonight, and we're going to interrupt our conversation to open the telephone lines and allow those of you mothers, fathers, and sisters and brothers who live in the different communities to call in and say what you want to say about this whole thing, campaign about the fight against drugs in our country. What appears to be a dramatic scene continue to be on display at the court, Criminal Code A. And so yes, we are spending our time talking about this whole LRA people say they went there today to testify. Question the validity of the bond that was issued by the issuer. I posted excerpts of it on my social media page, particularly my Facebook page. That's the real story that you need to know tonight. So the government lawyer say, the bond that is issued is questionable. It's not valid. The court say, okay, we will call LRA to come here and question them, to review the bond and tell us whether the bond is valid or not. But when LRA is coming, she has to come and face the issue of the bond, the person who issued the bond. So LRA said this is not correct. The person said this is correct, and this is a source. So this is where I got it. This is where I got it from, and this is the person who processed my paper. Then the government lawyer said, "Oh, the moment they may issue the bond, they arrested him and put him in jail, and they schedule LRA people to come." An interesting story, folks, you want to listen to tonight. But yes, we'll spend time tonight talking about this that joke thing. Close the chapter only for the week. So yes, this is the citizenship of our show tonight. Joe Barker is in Japan. Nothing has been achieved. Nothing has been attained. No significant meeting has been held. All we hear and see is welcome to Japan. Welcome to Japan. Welcome to Japan. When all our African countries are attaining, are making huge progress. We are attending welcoming ceremonies all across the place and taking selfies. Identifying the luxurious restaurants and clubs and bars. To chill with our family members, friends, our girlfriends and wives and concubines. This is Freedom High Talk. This is Freedom FM. This is 87.9. This show is proudly sponsored by Crime Stopper Liberia. And we are in partnership with Win Liberia. Shortly we'll take a break from our sponsor and our partner. When we come back, we read our Facebook comments and then we run into our discussion. Cash is up for you tonight. We're giving our money tonight, 5,000, 10,000. And 25,000. Let's take these breaks.
$100 Liberian dollars or 50 cents United States dollars. You can win from.
My brother, God can bless anybody.
Win big today with Win Liberia on Freedom FM. Yes, for just $100 Liberian dollars or 50 cents United States dollars. You can win from 4,000 Liberian dollars up to 10,000 Liberian dollars. And for $200 Liberian dollars or $1 United States dollar on Japa days, you can win from 15,000 Liberian dollars, 50,000 Liberian dollars, 100,000 Liberian dollars, and up to 1 million Liberian dollars. For these amazing prizes, dial *255*1#. Again, dial *255*1#. The more you play, the better your chances. It's Win Liberia Cash Giveaway on Freedom FM.
tell me so many no. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime unfolded, don't tell your in your hand for your authority, but it can't take care of it. Crime stopper here for us, you need safety to your door, whether you rich or you poor. If you see a human talking, I mean you check it. You wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. I'm a part of it. Crime stopper, people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, people are safe, no stopping crime for all of us. Crime stopper, people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. People are safe, no stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior.
Okay, thank you, Crime Stopper, Old Man Sam Cyan, and your team there for those beautiful anti-mob violence messages. Okay, so let's welcome some of you who have joined us tonight, beginning with Dubon Hill from the US, William Wu from Caldwell, Venetius, Junior Ba is joining us from Nukuta, Shaklon Chas has joined us from Nimba County. Who else? Sidiki Traore is joining us tonight. Abu Masakwe, Aliyu Kamara are all joining us tonight on the show. Ibrahim, Helena Wilson, handsome are all joining us tonight. Ansu Famure is following the show from Broadview. Famuya Sharif from Broadview as well. All of you, welcome to the show tonight. Austin Clark has joined us from New Georgia Estate. Stanley Sharif is following from Broadview City. My brother people are really joining the show these days. That's the sound of support, moral support. Chuku has also joined the show tonight from Bannersville. Stephen Yakadi is following tonight from Lower Margibi County. J.D. Williams from Johnsonville. Dixie Singbe has joined us from Kakata, Margibi County. All of you, welcome to the show. O.P. O'Neill Johnson. O.P. O'Neill Johnson is joining us tonight from Do Community. Mawata Beriti has also joined us. Agatha Glasgow from RRA Tingers Village. City Smith is joining the show tonight. Abraham Addison is also following from Upper Caldwell. Khan County has joined us tonight on the show. Musa Sharif from New Georgia, Garnesville. Councilor Sewani is following the show tonight from Margibi. It's been a while. I'm not seeing you yet. Welcome back. Born to Win Mari is joining us tonight. He says from somewhere in Liberia. And Joseph Nie is joining us from Zuluweski, going Jinde. Shiwula Do is also joining us tonight, but from the US. Abraham Dugley for long. I've not seen you yet. Welcome back, Abraham Dugley. And Thomas Sabo also for long. I've not seen you. Welcome back. Okay, Thomas is not here. He's in the Ivory Coast. Welcome, Thomas. Welcome to all of you who are joining us tonight on the show from your different locations. It's good to have all of you joining us tonight. And let's move. Let's talk. We can talk. All of the issues that matter to our country. All of the issues that matter to our country, we can talk them and move on and progress as a country if We our leaders can, So the team is in Japan, and the Japan Times is reporting something. But I like to read firstly from a Liberian journalist page before I tell you what the Japanese Times is reporting. Oh no, don't call this phone. I'm using this phone. So do not call. Don't call this phone. I'm using it. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what they say. Let's stop. Okay, let's stop. Okay, so let's move on to this. Is what I'm trying to get. Okay, let me get it from this. I should have shared that. Okay. So Julius is reporting. Julius published something that I want to flag, but there's another article that came up lately that I wanted to also read. But let me get that one first. What I was talking about. So Julius wrote about 3 hours ago, and so the Japan International Cooperation Agency is set to designate at least 4 cities in the country as hometowns for certain nations in Africa at the 2025 Tokyo International Conference on African Development, scheduled to begin on Wednesday. The agency, which assists with implementing development assistance in developing countries, will assign the city of Naga in Yamagata Prefecture to Tanzania. So the city of Naga will be assigned to Tanzania. Kasirazu in Shuba will be assigned to Nigeria, and Sajo in Nagata will be assigned to Ghana, and Mabari in Imri will be assigned to Mozambique. So those African countries have traditional cities that have been assigned to them. So anytime Mozambican or Ghanaian or Nigerian or Tanzania goes to out of them goes to Japan, they have a city that they can call their own. They have a home. They have a hometown. So that town or that city is considered their hometown. Okay. Through the arrangement, Japan looks to strengthen exchanges with their respective African countries by officially connecting municipalities, local governments. That's what they call municipalities, local governments, like the townships, cities, townships, or boroughs, or statutory districts, or what have you. So municipalities that already have existing relations with those nations, having such ties that serve as a foundation for two-way exchanges of human resources, will contribute to Japan's national interest in fostering personnel who can be a link to Africa, giving expectations that the continent's population will play a key role in global development as it continues to grow. Local authorities hope that the designations will lead to an increase in their cities' populations and who contribute toward their regional revitalization efforts. Discussions among the related parties, such as the mayors of the cities and embassy representatives from the 4 countries, are set to be held on Thursday during the 3-day run of TICA, the event which first began in the background, all of that. Between Wednesday and Friday, various symposiums as well as meetings and seminars will be held. Prime Minister Shigeru Ishida is also set to announce Japan's plan to accelerate development of the Nakala Corridor, a logistics network between Zambia and a port in Mozambique at the conference. And so that's it for those 4 African countries. I'm still looking to see. So if you go on the Japan Times, you will see the full story there, which is before me here, which is before me here. So that's it. Congratulations to those countries. When you have a hometown away from your country, it's a plus. So it's going to ease, traveling protocols for those nationals from the 4 countries. So the bureaucracy that probably all African countries will normally go through, to get access to Japan now will be relaxed for those African countries compared to other African countries who do not enjoy those traditional and diplomatic relationships, with Japan. So it's a good thing for those countries. I wish Liberia could have been amongst the numbers or the number of countries, designated to have a hometown in Japan. So you can always say, I'm going to my hometown in Japan, man. So even Broville, and maybe Broville already has a relationship with one of the cities. So as a hometown, right? You book your ticket, you go to your hometown in Japan. You go to Broville in Japan, or Caracas, which is representing Broville in Japan, because there's a relationship between the 2 municipalities. It's a good thing. So your protocol or your bureaucracy that you have to follow to go there will be easy. Japan is rich in technology and all of that. They have one of the best in the world, if not the best. So this is a good sign for countries, developing countries, especially countries that are heavily business driven, like Nigeria, like Ghana, Mozambique, Zimbabwe. Those are countries that are expanding their economies. They are trying to stabilize their macro and all of that. And they also have launched huge bids to invest in technology. All the 4 countries have launched huge bids to invest into technology. It helps to enhance your security. Enhancing your security will mean it's going to help to enhance your fight against drugs, for example, and all of that. Your different airports or your different seaports, or your different pool of entries from the border standpoint, from the different borders that are connecting or bordering other neighboring countries. So these are good signs for those countries. Trust me, it's going to help. Even for example, your meters. People use technology now to monitor to develop meters, to monitor the different services that the government is providing, like your water meter, electricity meter, and all these kinds of stuff. So it's a good thing, So people dealers into technology now. If Liberia was, included, dealers into technologies will be able to have easy access, to manufacturers and all of that, because they will be seen as a reliable business partner. The fact that they have been recognized as a citizen in those cities or in Japan. But see how Liberia can leverage different opportunities, even though I am aware that they are going to come back home with nothing, but we hope they can come back home with something. Okay. So something is happening with our court system that we will continue to talk about. And we are not going to get tired talking about our courts. Our courts are rotting. The system is unreliable. the system, the court system is working in most instances for the rich and the powerful. Those who do not have powers, those political powers, those who do not have power or do not have money, they don't get justice, or they don't get justice easily. And which is a sad thing for our country. See what happened the other day. I'll try to summarize it, but it's good that we'll place some emphasis on it today so you understand what is happening in a court with all these people, those young guys who were arrested by the government, falsely accused of burning the Capitol building. The government lawyers now are refusing to prosecute the case. Instead, they are playing politics because that's all they think they know, to play politics. So, 2 weeks ago, the government lawyers argue that the bond that was filed or issued to secure the release of John Yanti, Tom Edridge, Eric Suse, and the rest of the folks at the Moreira Central Prison, the government lawyers argued that the bond was not valid. And so the judge requested the LRA folks to appear before the court. To appear before the court. And so God. These kinds of distractions and so the judge requested LRA to appear before the court on today to answer some questions concerning the validity of the bond. When you come here, you are the one responsible to process people documents, real estate properties. I am on the radio. That is why I'm answering you and not talking anything. I'm on the radio. So they need so they requested the LRA to come and answer to the documentations that were presented by the issuer of the bond. His name is Patrick Como. Patrick Como is a real estate dealer. That's his life. That's the business he does. And that's what he's been doing for years. For those who may know him. Not just that he is a real estate person, but he is a lawyer. He is a lawyer. I'm taking my time to tell you who the issue of the bond is so you get to know that everything you read or most of the things you are reading in the public from the different online platforms and the different people propagandists are all false. They're fake information. But you need to know what happened today, yesterday, and today between the time the bond was issued. So 2 weeks ago, Patrick Como had gone to issue the bond on behalf of Eric Suse and the rest of his colleagues to have them released from the Moreira Central Prison. Just as the bond was issued 2 weeks ago by Patrick Como, as Patrick Como was leaving the court, the city solicitor or the county attorney, along with the state lawyers, those who are prosecuting the case, they instructed the police to arrest Patrick Como right in the court yard. That information you don't know. So let me tell you today. Just as Patrick Como went to the court and issued the bond, all the documents, everything, real estate taxes, everything intact, issue it. Patrick Como was arrested on the instruction of the state lawyers because the government lawyers have been warning insurance companies or insurers not to issue any bond on behalf of Eric Suse and the rest of the other guys because they do not want to have them released from the Moreira Central Prison. They want to keep Eric Suse and the rest of the other guys at the Moreira Central Prison with a political motive. The motive is that as long as you keep them behind bars and have Fonati Kofa and Dixie Sibo them outside, they will start to, the calculation is that, or the plan is that, let's keep the big shots, unquote, Sibo them outside. Since we are talking to Christian Yanti then to come and testify against Dixie Sibo and Fonati Kofa them, and they are acting difficult and behaving hard-headed, let's keep them behind bars. As long as they are behind they are at the Moravia Central Prison and they see the people who they say they are loyal to outside, it might change their minds to come and serve as state witnesses. So let's keep them there. So every day they go to the Moravia Central Prison and say, hey, the people who you're killing yourself for, the people who you're saying, oh, we cannot betray, where are they? Do you see them here? How many times do they come to you themselves? So you see, they are also having fun, enjoying themselves, while you guys are languishing behind bars. Do you all want to stay behind bars for the longest until this case can get concluded? So if the case is going to take 1 year, 2 years, it means you will be behind bars for 2 years. Are you all prepared for this? We are the government lawyers. We have the capacity to delay and drag this case for the next 2-3 years until this government tenure expire. These are the things they're telling Eric Suse and Christian Yanti and Tom Edrism at the Moravia Central Prison as they are behind bars. So what they are behind bars, they are here delaying the case and playing with the psychological consciousness of the guys that are in prison. That's what they're doing. So they want the guys to get discouraged, demotivated, and change their minds to come outside and lie that yes, they just want the people to say that Desi Sibo sent me, that Fonati sent me, that Abu Kamara sent me, or that Jacob Debbie sent me. That's all they want the guys to say. The rest of the other one, they will say, the private people say these people work at the Capitol building, they are loyal to Sibo, they are loyal to Fonati, they are loyal to the person, because all they have is that there was a test between Fonati and the person. That evidence there. So when the people say that they didn't send me, they can't show the WhatsApp test. They say, and we tell you, that's all. So that's why you see they're keeping the guys behind bars and creating different tactics to delay the case. Now, back to the issue of the bond. So Patrick Cuomo had gone to the courts and issued the bond. When the government lawyers reviewed the bond and realized that the bond was real and valid, they said, Jesus, you want them to come and bring the people outside? But if we bring these people outside, it will invalidate our claims, meaning the claim from the president that, one, the case is not an arson because the state lawyers do not have evidence to prove arson. Two, if we bring these guys outside, it will prove our unreadiness to prosecute the case, which will convince the public that we as state lawyers, we do not have evidence to prosecute these people. And the public will begin to agree or conclude that this matter is all political. So we can't release these guys on bail. We have to find a means to invalidate this bill. That one, the law, they can use the law to do it. They will use politics. So just as Patrick Cuomo issued the bond, testified and validated the bond at the court, stepping outside, the state lawyers ordered the police officers to arrest Patrick Cuomo. Patrick Cuomo does not even know why he is arrested for. He does not even know his accuser. He does not even know his accuser. So he was arrested, sent straight to the Moravia Central Prison. They said police should investigate him. Police has not come out with any form of investigation, with any finding, nothing. Patrick has not seen his accuser. The person that is accusing him of doing anything, Patrick Cuomo has not seen that person. He has not seen that person. But the government arrested him and said someone accused him of buying stolen property. He said, okay, no problem, let's go. Let me see the person accusing me. And let me see the property that the person say I bought for him. Or, as we speak, as I'm talking to you, Patrick Como has not seen the person who is accusing him of buying stolen property. Patrick Como has not even gotten direction of where the property is located, or what the property is, whether a car or a flash there, or a slinger he bought, or the horse he bought. Patrick Como does not know what he bought and who is accusing him. When our laws require that the accused must always be available, the accuser must always be available to face the accused. You can say, Osikawa, loving to my girlfriend. You call Okolo, they say, okay, come. Austin, they may accusing you of loving to your girlfriend. I seen a man, right? But in this case, my man, somebody say loving to your girlfriend. What a man. What a person who accusing me. You can see the person. 1 day pass, 2 days, 3 days, 1 week. You can see the person accusing you. But you are being detained by the government. You are being bars. You are not being investigated. They have kept you beyond the 48 hours. They have not indicted you. They have not sent you to court. But you are under detention by the government. Beyond 48 hours. No investigation, no indictment, no charge. No investigation, no charge, no indictment, no accuser. What he bought, he doesn't know why he's accused of buying. But the reality is that they have warned all insurers not to seek you, not to issue a bond for Eric Suse and how you call him and Christian Yanti them. But because Patrick Como had gone to issue the insurance bond or the bond for the surety bond for Eric Suse and the rest of his colleagues, that's the crime that Patrick Como has committed. So they arrested him and detained him. Not just that, as he was being detained, they scheduled the case, they scheduled the appearance of LRA for today. They scheduled the LRA. Somebody here with document. He's claiming that these documents are from the LRA. So we need you to come and verify and validate these real estate documents. LRA is coming to the court with the expectation, because it's legal, with the expectation that as LRA is coming to the court to come and see the documents, LRA should be able to sit down and face the person who is claiming ownership to the documents, to the property that is being investigated. LRA arrives to the court. LRA goes straight into Judge Roosevelt Woody's office. The defense lawyers are not there. Only Judge Roosevelt Woody, the state lawyers, and the LRA representative, they in Roosevelt Woody's office. Finish with that discussion, they come outside and call the case. The case is called, and then where is the owner of the document? Because we as LRA, we are here to verify a document that somebody is claiming ownership to. But guess what? The Judge Woody allowed the LRA representative to sit in court and discuss the validity of the document without seeing the person that is claiming ownership to the document. Without seeing or facing the person who said, this is my property, these are the documents, I got them from LRA. You didn't see the person? No. Nobody. So the LRA guy was confused appearing. You could see that he was confused and that he was talked to and he was tutored what to say. The entire hearing today was a stage managed hearing. Stage managed by the state. So the LRA guy reviewed all the document. He said the document is invalid. Where is the owner of the document, the person who is claiming ownership, to come and respond to the LRA people? Because it is his words versus the LRA's word. The man who paid money, who got all the receipts, all the documentations for the property, he's in court. He's in jail. They kept him in jail and took the LRA representative in court to question him in the absence of the owner of the property, or in the absence of the person that is claiming ownership to the property. Somebody please take our partners on the post. It's on the land. It's important. It's important. Look, you see, you send an 81-year-old man in Japan to go and beg for hospital materials, hospital beds. That's why you can get you can, as a government, you cannot receive real-time support because you all are never serious. You play politics with everything. You arm twist our court system just to accommodate or appease your political appetite. And you think people should come here and do serious business with you? They see that politics is being played from way up from the president down. He's an investor that come. So that's what happened today. That thing you see running around, the document is invalid, the government lie, or the people produce or present a fake document. That's all fake news. They told the man who presented the document, who is willing to come and face LRA people and say, these are my documents for my property. I own these properties. I own these. I mean, these are the documents that were given to me by LRA, and these are my receipts. These are my evidence. These are the individuals who helped me to process these documents. The man, Patrick Kumo, is willing to disclose all these things right before the court in the presence of LRA. They said, no, Patrick, don't come. Sit down in your corner. We'll keep you in jail. Let the people come and testify and go. And they are negotiating behind the scene with Patrick, begging him to withdraw the surety bond that he issued. Begging him. The man's a businessman. When you issue those kinds of surety bonds, you got interest on it. And it's on the interest that they make money. That's how insurance or insurers make money. They buckled. Taylor Charles and say buckled. They buckled him and lock him in jail and call LRA to go to the court and lie or issue a stage money statement and escorted LRA representative back to his office. And then while Patrick is in jail, and they are negotiating with him to withdraw the bond. Currently, as I speak, they are still negotiating with Patrick. They want him to withdraw the bond. So he will be withdrawing the bond under the testimony given by LRA that the bond is not valid. Then government start running around. Oh, I won't tell you people here. I won't tell you people they issue fake bond or invalid bond. That is if Patrick agrees to withdraw the bond. But Patrick is a businessman. If Patrick, as he's a businessman and he's a lawyer, so for Patrick to withdraw the bond, he's going to lose a lot of customer or clients because no serious client will trust him anymore. This man, one, this man is a lawyer. Two, he is an insurer. We have been doing insurance business with this man. So people come, what kind of serious man say, no, that is St. Patrick man who went issue one bond the other time. It was not valid. The lawyer's question, it was not valid. You had to withdraw it though. And the people were staying in jail. So his business reputation is at stake. His lawyering profession is also at stake on the table. Because the moment he does that, he withdraws the bond, there are some lawyers already waiting to file character issue before the compliance committee, before the grievance and ethics committee to withdraw a license as a lawyer. There are lawyers already painted. So as soon as Patrick goes and withdraw the bond, boom, they file integrity issue before the grievance and ethics committee at the Temple of Justice for lying before the court. Then they say the man issue fake document, he forged, he lied, and that's contemptuous under their proceeding. When you lie on an oath, that's perjury. It's a crime as well. So those are the crimes or the charges they will put together and run to the grievance and ethics committee first. They say, hey, you're debarred, man. He can't practice law in this country Besides that, the business it will be at stake. Who want to go and do business with somebody who lawyer lesson was withdrawn for presenting fake document, real estate document before the court? So Patrick Cuomo is considering all of these damages, potential damages that his decision will cause him if he agrees to settle with the government lawyers to withdraw the surety bond. Patrick does not want to do it. He's not willing to do that. So they are keeping him in jail. And he cannot face the person who accused him of buying stolen property. He's not being told which property he bought. Okay, you say, okay, I want to see the person accusing me. You just tell me what you buy that fake or that is stolen. You just tell me. I want to see the man who accusing me. You just tell me what you buy that is stolen. They can't tell him again. Okay, you tell me what you buy the thing. They can't tell him. But he's being barred and being negotiated with to withdraw the surety bond. Let's clap for Joe Barker. Let's clap for the 48 years experienced old man we elected as president. Let's clap for Liberia, 178-year-old country. Let's clap for Liberia. Let's clap for justice in our country. This is what we call justice. Let's clap for reconciliation. This is how we will reconcile our country. Yes, foolish people, this is how we will reconcile our country. This is how we will reconcile our country. This is how we will run an effective justice system. This is how we can attain an effective justice system. Let's clap for our country. This is how the people outside there will respect us as a country 178 years old, the oldest African republic. This is how people will respect us. We are doing well. We are doing well. Our justice system is reliable. You can go there and attain justice. When the system let you, you cannot attain justice. When the government let you, you can have all your money. They will still struggle with you and fight you and suppress you and humiliate you. Let's clap for our country. We are doing well. UP, yes, let's clap. UP is doing well. Let's clap. UP is doing well. The government is doing well. Let's clap for our country. We are doing well. All of you who get your money, you want to invest, you come here and invest your country. You come here and invest. We are doing well. The country is peaceful. Nobody taking drugs in the country again. The country is peaceful. No drug in the country. The country is peaceful. Everybody taking pay on time. The country is peaceful. My people, it's peaceful. The country is good. The country is sweet. We have increased the salaries of civil servants. We have increased the salaries of nurses and doctors and teachers and all of that. Yes, we have increased the salary. We have removed all the Zogos from the street. The country is okay. So, folks, in case you did not know, that's what happening with the arson case. And I'll repeat myself to that. Yes, the Capitol building was burned. I agreed. Yes, it was an arson. I agreed. But no, the people that are being accused of burning the building that lie, they didn't burn that building. Samuel Koga spearheaded the process of burning that building. I will continue to say it here until Koga came in the court. I will always say that until Koga get vexed, he sent me to court. He came in the court, he go sue me. Samuel Koga, he orchestrated the burning of this building. And Joe Burger was misinformed because they were reliant on the information from the majority bloc. And what the majority bloc told them, that's what they ran with and they misled Joe. They were not put on Joe Burger. Even though I believe that he should have held national security consultation first, along with the fire service people who are supposed to be the to force is to identify the true arsonists in this case. And the real arsonists in this case are from the majority bloc, held by Samuel Koga. Yes, that's the hard fact that they don't want to hear, and we will force them to hear it. We'll force them to hear it. But trust me, one day, one fine day, the truth will reveal itself. And some of us will waste pee water in the executive mansion on Braga Head, and all others who are connected to this thing, and implicating innocent people. That time will come. That time will come. When people tell you that they are dummies, treat them like a dummy. Yes. Treat them like a dummy. So, yeah, so keep playing the cash giveaway. The short code is *255*1#. That's the short code to play the cash giveaway. If you want to play tonight, win for yourself $5,000, $25,000, $10,000. All you have to do, just make sure you have $50 Liberian on your Lone Star mobile money account, or its equivalent in USD is 25 cents. You are qualified to play our cash giveaway. I will soon be doing a draw, and then we'll move on to our next discussion. So before I move on we transition to this jog thing, let me check the dashboard and see whether I have. Normally I can start doing draw at 200 transactions. So let me see whether I've reached 200 transactions to do one or two. I can do 2 or 3 draws around there, and then we can move on. But that's it. That's what you need to know. So if anybody tells you, oh, the Azon case, the people want to present their fake document, tell them that lie. Tell them Austin Kawase that lie. The people did not present any fake document. It is the government who stage manage this entire thing today, making it to look like the people presented fake document. They did not present any fake document. So as soon as it reaches around, yes, I'm waiting for about 55 and 60 more transactions. 60 more. I'm waiting for 60 more transactions. Then I'll do a draw. So yeah, as soon I'm waiting for 60 more transactions. So let me be talking a bit, monitoring the ball. So that's it. *255*1# to play the cash giveaway and follow the instructions on your phone. So I'm waiting for 60 more transactions, and then I'll start doing draw from that point. Now, so that's what you need to know. If somebody tells you that, hey, the lawyers representing Fonati presented fake, don't tell them that that's a lie. Make them to understand that the first thing, the person who is claiming ownership to the property was not even given a chance to face the LRA people, and he was being detained by the government lawyers. And they didn't carry him to sit down and look at LRA people and face them and say, yes, I'm the owner of the property. These properties are mine. These are the documents, they are valid. Let LRA look in his face and say, that lie. And proof that it is a lie. The documents are invalid. When he expresses in court, they didn't do it. Because the owner, the man who is claiming ownership is a lawyer. They're not a property man or illiterate man or one uneducated person who just has properties. That's somebody who owns properties. Was into all of these things. He's been into the business for a long time. Over 10 years experience in the business. I've been issuing property bond for years. Who will not want to risk his business? That even the very people in the business respect him. So let's transition to something else. I thought to say that. Now, this article was published by the Liberian investigator. And let's see what they published. We're starting the conversation from the crisis point in the campaigners. Amongst the campaigners first. So it's a power struggle threatens to derail Liberia's Say No to Drugs campaign. A power struggle over who should be the public face of Liberia Say No to Drugs campaign, is raising fears that internal divisions could weaken the movement's fight against drug abuse. The campaign, which has gained strong nationwide support, is now mired in controversy. Some backers have praised Rosalind Armand Giddens as the true leader of the initiative, while others accuse Sonia Cody of attempting to take credit. Cody, in the series of social media posts on Monday, defended her reputation against what she described as unfair attacks before announcing her resignation. I am out of the Say No to Drugs campaign. Let God be the judge, she wrote in a public post. It remains unclear how her departure will affect the campaign's leadership, but observers warn the infighting could sip momentum from one of Liberia's most visible grassroots efforts to tackle drug addiction. That's one. Two, let's play with this. The one for the campaigners. The campaigners itself is in classes. One. So those who are campaigning against drugs, they are in classes right now. They are fighting amongst themselves. Let's go to the DA that is supposed to lead the fight against drugs to hear from the deputy. Let's go to the DA to hear from the deputy. Where is he? Open the mic. Listen to him.
I would say openly here, from the executive, the first branch of government, and to the judiciary, you go involve drugs. So everybody want to get money. For that, you will find somebody somewhere who is involved. So you find drugs, you find almost people everywhere. So your security is just in God's hand. Because you can be saying, well, who brother is involved because he getting money in it. Your own sister, he or her. People got houses here and selling drugs in their children selling drugs. No. Somebody leave this country, somebody from somewhere and come in this country, and they're not going to live in the party, they're going to live somebody else here. You see, the president's statement mentioned it. People who are selling drugs, they're not living in this country, they're living in houses. Why are the Liberian people not showing these people?
Why are the Liberian people not showing
it? The people that are moving today, the education wrong. Because we've been preaching this for many years. I'm very much thankful to God that people get people.
Okay. Let's play him again.
I would say openly.
From the executive, the first branch of government, the judiciary.
Go in the cycle, you find somebody with job.
Go in the cycle, you find somebody with job.
The reason is simple.
The reason is simple.
It's a lucrative business.
Drug is a lucrative business, so everybody wants to get money.
For that, you find somebody somewhere who is involved.
You find somebody somewhere who is involved.
You find almost people.
So you're fighting people everywhere, powerful people.
Just in God's hand.
So your security is just in God's hand.
Because you can be saying, well, who brother is involved because you money in it. Your own sister, he or her. People got houses here and selling drugs in their children selling drugs. No. Somebody leave this country, somebody from somewhere and come in this country, and they're not going to live in the party, they're going to live somebody else here. You see, the president's statement mentioned it.
Okay.
People who are selling drugs, they're not living in this country, they're living in houses.
Okay.
Why are the Liberian people not showing these people?
Why are the Liberian people not showing these people? Now, let me end it on that note. This is the Deputy Director for Administration at the Drug Enforcement Agency. His name is Rui Fogba. He sounds like a Fogba because he's not making sense. Sticking to the public stage to shift the refusal or delay in the fight against drugs to the Liberian people. Why are the Liberian people not reporting? It seems to me that this character is a clueless character that has no vision, no strategy, no experience, no seriousness to fight drugs. to engage in a rigorous fight against drugs in our country, to be shifting blame on the Liberian people. Let me tell you why. Countries that have huge history of fighting drugs, you know where it starts from? It starts from the lead entity or the sector head. Then it becomes or includes a joint security operation. Then it is spread out to the different sectors, the different sector, relevant sectors, and then it goes to the different border points, and then it goes into the community. The community is the last stage in the fight against drugs in most serious countries. You know why the community is the last point? Because it comes from somewhere and lands in the community. It settles in the community. And to start fighting drugs, you must stop it from entering your country. As long as you don't create a system that will prevent the entry of drugs in your country, it means what you'll be doing in your country domestically, you will not be fighting drugs. No. Because the more you siege or you arrest in the communities, the traffickers are trafficking more in your country. And you are doing nothing to stop them from trafficking drugs in your country. When the drugs enter, the few that you see consuming or taking in, then you start running around for ghettos and say you're arresting people who are taking weed. So the end of the fight or the result are supposed to give you result in your community. Now, the way it is done, the way I know it is done in a lot of sophisticated countries, especially those who follow, who love to watch these different stuff, documentaries and things, and read. You ask the Drug Enforcement Agency leadership. In other countries, when we launch a national campaign against drugs, after either bi-weekly or bi-monthly, major press conferences are held to provide updates on the fight against drugs. Say, for example, the DEA is having press conference every day or 2 times a week. Every week or 2 times a week. Just how you see the Ministry of Information is having press conference every week, that's what the DEA is supposed to be doing exclusively on her own. Or depending on the nature of the briefing on that day, it could be a joint security team briefing. But the joint security, let me say the joint security is supposed to have weekly update purposely on the fight against drugs. That's how it is done in other countries that are battling drugs. Every week, at least a press conference should be held to provide updates to the public, because you are counting on the public and the media, inclusive of the media, to help you in the fight against drugs. It means the public must be updated on the efforts that you are making to fight drugs. That's your stomach you are washing if you want us to help you wash your back. That's how it is done in other countries. That's the first thing. So if the DEA or the joint security is serious to fight drugs, it means firstly they should be giving us weekly updates on the fight against drugs, the efforts they're making. They should also be telling us hey, I'm calling my phone. They should also be telling us, I'm talking about those who are fighting, who are supposed to be fighting drugs, right? But what we saw recently was a mockery, a display of unseriousness. You saw a group of Liberians come together, organize themselves to campaign against drugs in our country. The people who are supposed to be leading the fight against drugs were seen wearing t-shirts, holding placards, and protesting. The people who are supposed to be leading the fight against drugs in our country, fighting against drugs in our country, they were seen wearing t-shirts, holding placards, and campaigning against drugs. What does it say to you? The first, it tells you how unserious the joint security is. Because they are supposed to be fighting and going to receive the petition on behalf of the government from the campaigners and provide a summary update on the efforts that the joint security has made in the fight against drugs. But instead, they too were holding placards and wearing t-shirts, campaigning against drugs in our country. The campaigners are there, the fighters are there. But the fighters turned themselves into campaigners and were campaigning. We saw the police director, all of security people from DA, all of them, they were all wearing t-shirts and campaigning against drugs. So who is going to fight the drugs? When the fighters transform themselves into campaigners and campaigning holding placards. That's the first place I gave up. I said, no, they continue no serious people in government. And the first thing I said to them, I said, these people in here, no serious people in government. Nobody thinking. Nobody doing critical thinking. Because you can't be the one who are supposed to be fighting drugs and then you're campaigning against drugs. So who are you campaigning to? To yourself? Then I realized that these people were not serious. Because we are looking up to the people to provide us weekly or bi-weekly briefing on the fight. What are some of the things we in the public want to hear from the government? Tell me, what are some of the things we in the public want to hear from the government? If Joe Biden must be seen or considered a serious human being who wants to actually fight drugs eradication from our country. We want to know the pool of interest, for example. The security should be telling us, hey, the airport is the major pool of entry or point of entry of drugs. And be telling us what they are doing, what they have done. Or the seaport, or the road and the different border points. Whether Kanta or Lokato or Bowadasa and all that, they should be telling us making these different identifications. In other countries like the US, these are public information. They are not national security information. Because they want the public to aid them in a fight against drugs, so they want the public to be aware and be focused and be on the alert. The moment you come out and say, for example, Kanta, the Kanta Guinea border is a major port of entry for drugs in our country, Barrow, it means even in Bayes, two things it's going to do. Two significant things it's going to do. One is that it's going to raise the red flag and place the bias on the alert, including the joint security team that is seated at the Kanta Guinea border. That hey, the red flag is up. This place is a red list. It means more attention will be here. So let's be careful. Let's intensify our search. Let's be more rigorous. The second thing it's going to do is that it's going to deter the traffickers, those who are trafficking the drugs, those who are bringing the drugs in the country. The fact that you come out and say, hey, this place is a red flag or a red point for drug trafficking in our country, it means those people, the drug traffickers, are no longer going to be using that point. They want to shift. While they are shifting, the other intelligence or national security information or strategy you can deploy onto the other bullet points, because obviously you know they are going to shift to start identifying other points to cross. Then you can start arresting them. Or you say a same apply to any other bullet point. But you can say that why you think America president are continue to place emphasis on Mexico? Why did he say we hiding it? Because the national security information, when we talk it, the people will stop importing or trafficking drugs. So let's skip the information. No, America declared Mexico a major point of entry for drugs in their country, and then they deploy all of the necessary security, technology, and everything to curb or reduce or eradicate or minimize the import. Today, America is a success story, just from the Mexico border. So the great America said we're not hiding any information anymore. All those who are wanted or suspected to be drug dealers, they are listed. They are public information. You can research it, Google it, you will see them. In Liberia, we say no. We don't want to call names. But you want the people. Suppose I'm interacting with somebody every day, I don't even know the person is a drug dealer. But by calling the names and publishing about information, hey, some of us will start reporting or alerting you, demanding confidentiality. That's how a serious system or somebody who resembles a system that resembles seriousness wants to fight drugs. These are steps we expect them to take. Yes, we want to know the major port of entries. What are the red points? The airline people, the airport security, the seaport security, the border security, immigration. We want to know the red points. Because we can identify red points and then we see more entries. It means we have to change the entire operation teams at the different border points because they are not serious. They are not working. That's what it means. We change them. We rotate them. After 3 months, we take them from there, put new people. 3 months, because we don't want them to get familiar with passengers and traders. Not just that. I spoke about the names of suspected drug dealers. What is stopping the government from identifying and publishing the names with their information of suspected drug dealers in our country? What is stopping us? What is dangerous about publishing the names in their pictures? Let the DEA answer these questions. We want the DEA to tell us what is stopping the DEA from publishing the names and the photos of individuals that they suspect to be drug dealers. You want the community who can't tell you? It means you are doing nothing. It means you are not working. It means you do not have the sophistication to even identify suspects. But no, the Deputy Director for Administration at DEA just made it clear in the audio that if you check in the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary, and all those branches of government, there are people in high places that are connected to drug dealers, and some of them are even dealing drugs. He said you will find drugs with them. It means the DEA knows them. What is stopping the DEA from publishing the names and photos of these individuals? What is stopping the DEA from calling or inviting these individuals for investigation? If we want to fight drugs, if we are serious, what is stopping the DEA? The DEA has to be effective in answering these questions first and addressing them, or adjusting her operation to these questions we're raising. The DEA Deputy Director can go to the Ministry of Information press briefing and alert or alarm that, hey, from the first branch to the executive to the judiciary, all these people you check there, you will find people there with drugs. He said it. It means he knows people who are dealing drugs. What is stopping the joint security people from calling them in to investigate them? Call their names, publish their photos. Let's start going after them. You don't need the community because you sound or seem even more informed than the community dwellers, because you know that people in the executive and the different branches of government are dealing drugs. The community people do not know them. You know them. So when you call their names and publish our photos, then the community people now can pick up from there to start identifying them. When you see them, we'll take phone call hardline. I saw the mayor general, I saw the woman general, I saw someone operation general. With the see woman who name on our list. I'm not sure, but she is on a black jeep and no way jacking a pass again and no small test again. They will start giving you information. That's how the community can join the fight against drugs. Not just by saying and seeing one small ghetto go there. Oh, breaking the ghetto down, we'll break it down. If you need breaking it down, the minute go relocate. Have we fought drugs? No. We need a substantial and holistic approach towards the fight against drugs. A sophisticated one. Managed by sophisticated people. Not the illiterate idiots that we see presiding over our state security. No. Not only that, we need the police to provide regular updates. In those updates, we need to know every week how many persons have been arrested, for example, arrest made. How many persons are being prosecuted after arrests were made? How many persons are on the run or are large? How many persons have been investigated and found guilty? How many persons are serving their jail sentence? These are regular updates we want to hear from the DEA and the Joint Security. Have they provided you one? No. Are they even thinking, maybe even I'm feeling talking tonight, beginning tomorrow, they will start. Or they will be seen to start because, oh, like Austin said it. But these regular updates will motivate the community people and energize them to fight, to be on the alert for you when they have access to this information. If you want me to give you, if you want me to aid you in arresting somebody, you have to give me information about the person. You can keep the information about the person from me and you expect I'll just sit down and imagine this is the person and take phone and call you and tell you say the person is here. No, it doesn't work that way. I must know who you want to arrest. Then I will aid you. So we need to know how many persons have been arrested for the period of last week. How many persons are being investigated? How many persons have been investigated? How many persons are being charged? Or how many persons have been charged? How many persons are being prosecuted? How many persons have been prosecuted? How many persons have been found guilty? How many persons are serving their jail sentence? These are information that are regularly provided in other countries that are serious in the fight against drugs. Not an unserious and illiterate system like Liberia. So those guys, Baka and his people are joking. They are jokers. They are not ready to fight drugs. You build 1 2-bedroom apartment, somebody is full of drugs that needs 6 to 7 months to recover, to start recovering. And you take them and put in 1 small 2-bedroom apartment, you say you rehabilitating them. And that's how you fight drugs. When you take 3 persons from the street, 10 persons going back, 10 persons joining the team, and 13 persons dying. Then you take 2 persons. Then you publish it all on Facebook. You run all around with their pictures. You take 3 girls from the ghetto, then 10 more coming in the ghetto, or 100 more are in the ghettos all around. And you put 1 or 2 persons pictures on Facebook, and you run around with it, and you think you are fighting. You think you are fighting drugs. You are not. Especially if you are even identifying either your relatives or relatives to your friend. That's not a sincere and realistic fight against drugs. It's an unserious engagement that should not be taken, that should not be considered by any serious Liberian. Joe Baka himself is not serious for anything. His son is heavily linked. Have you heard them say anything? Mamaka Belete, that other criminal and idiot who wants to be Minister of State, she's linked. She's linked. And this is dangerous for the executive mansion. It's risky for our mansion to have people like Mamaka Belete in the mansion with that nasty characters roaming our executive mansion that is supposed to be a consecrated place. And we have people like Mamaka roaming that place, dirtying the place, tarnishing the reputation, trading drugs and other illegal substances all around the place, including bush meat and all. Car building and all the people in the bush meat building, buying stolen cars from America and bringing them here. They're all wasting the executive mansion. One sitting down, they put called it says Sekou Dougle. Another sitting down, executive mansion called it Mamaka Belete. Some of you do not want us to talk about these things. Duping Chinese investors. And you have a justice minister sitting there and even becoming an accomplice or accomplices to the crown. Yeah. And they're not doing anything. And you want to fight jokes with a spineless justice minister? How is that possible? Who is only concerned about breaching our laws? How do you fight jokes with people who are in the executive mansion and fighting each other to become minister of state after killing Sylvester Grisby? They killed the man. Now they all who conspire to kill the man, they want to be minister of state. You see how power looking? You see how power looking? They all conspire and kill Sylvester Grisby. Now the men down and the men from people say they're not bringing a body nowhere. They were burying in America. They didn't be here. The state will not be giving a space to give Sylvester Grisby, who has worked for this country for years, a state burial. If Braga wants to bury a minister of state, it means he has to travel to the US to attend the funeral. Because the family members are aware that their family member was killed here by greedy fools, illiterate people who wanted to be minister of state. They see all of them lining up now, pumping money in some media institutions and some politicians and other people, pro-unity party lobbyists, to lobby for them to be minister of state, including Mamaka Belete. And you know why the other men from the MP, I hate to talk about that man for that. One reason why you see I hate to talk about Sekou Dougle. Yeah, one reason. One reason. But at times I can get tempted. But for one reason. But the man is hard to avoid because of his activities. When you know what I saw today, a conversation I saw today, Sekou Dougle heavily lobbying with people because he wants Mamaka Belete to be minister of state because she's the main person in the executive mansion that is protecting him. I saw that conversation. I got cold. The man said he can do anything. He's willing to do anything to have the public convinced to appoint Mamaka Belete as minister of state. I saw that conversation. I was shocked. The richest people in the country, government officials in the country, Sekou Dougle, Mamaka Belete, that names will be on the list. They have huge money, black money people, partners in China, in Korea, in South Africa, that they have a whole network that they can raise any money they want to raise at any time using their government portfolio. So they can convince anybody in an executive mansion, in the first family, to have Mamaka Belete appointed minister of state. That's what they are doing now, working on raising money, serious money, to have the first family, especially that one they call Joseph Braga Jr. and Kotumu Braga, to have them convince Joe Braga to appoint Mamaka Belete as minister of state. This is the country we have. They're not paying attention to the fight against drugs. They are not paying attention. They are not paying attention. When we should be concerned about structuring a well-coordinated effort right now of joint security, the NMP, the DA, including the National Security Agency. Well, those are the people who are really supposed to be getting the money to expand their intelligence network to ensure that these people who will be elected to the DA are arrested. We need a well-coordinated system to fight drugs and grab all these dealers, traffickers, and all of that. I know that Liberia does not even have anything called red spot that has been identified for drug trade. They don't even have it. When our country is supposed to have red spots identified. These are red spots identified as trafficking points. We don't have it, but we have security people. What kind of security training they went to? What they did? Nobody knows. Nobody can understand because we are not seeing anything being applied. But we say we want to fight drugs. We want to tackle the traffickers. I want to see how that is going to work. I want to see how that is going to work. I want to see it. It's not going to work because nobody looks serious. The president is the most unserious character in the country, and he's the one presiding over the country. What does it say to you? What does that say to you? That his deputies or his lieutenants are going to do anything serious? No. The head of the government is unserious. He's the president for the unserious people in the country. And then over it, he's old. It means everybody is going to bow to him. At the end of the day, we are going to run or have an unserious government. And that is what you see we are having today. An unserious government because the president who is the head of the system of the government is unserious, extremely unserious. And he's aware that he is unserious. That's what we are having, the system we are having today. And somebody talking about, oh, we want to fight drugs, we want to fight drugs. Ooh, why are you coming to fight drugs? How are you coming to fight drugs? Who come and help you to fight drugs? At times it's good to remind you that some of us did not consider that this area, Joe Barker, would have made or turn Liberia into a mess. But we knew that he was not going to achieve anything significant. But to the extent of the recklessness that we are seeing, it's disappointing. At times, we just want to sit down. You know, Napoleon Bonaparte said something. He said, never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Yes. Can we apply that to politics and advocacy? I don't think so for me. Because if we just sit there and say, because Barker in the context of enemy now consider our opponent, so we sit down as he's making mistake, we will not interrupt him because Napoleon Bonaparte said, never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. So we sit down, don't interrupt the UP people, don't checkmate them, don't correct their mistakes, don't something, just sit down and watch. Then you, the ordinary people, suffer. You, the ordinary people, suffer because you have nobody talking for you. You have nobody communicating your griefs. You have nobody communicating your anger. You have nobody communicating your agonies you're going through. We'll sit down and see sequence of mistakes piling up, sequence of mistakes piling up, sequence of mistakes piling up. Then there will be nobody there to speak. Imagine we are speaking. And Joe Barker is becoming more reckless and careless in handling legal issues in our country. That even some rich people or those who have cannot even get justice because they do not align with his political beliefs. Just imagine we were not talking. You, the ordinary people, will not even muster the courage to go to a police station to complete some civil matter, because nobody will listen to you. Justice will be for the poor, for the rich, for the have, and not the have not. That's why it is Honor Joe Barker. You are a UP, you are be a UP person to get justice. You can be a non-UP person and you get justice. That's how the whole legal system is right now. A non-UP person a non-UP person will suffer or don't get justice. Either you suffer to get it or you don't get it at all. Either you go through intimidation, humiliation, insult, delay, process, everything before you get justice because you are a non-unity partisan. Or you may not get justice at all because you are a non-UP partisan. And the UP partisan will sit down to your house and sleep and get justice. You saw the case with Judy Ene and Peveki. Peveki let her, and let the hair all of her. Peveki sat down to your house and got justice. He did not have to go to the court. The legal advisor to the president just took his telephone and called the civil solicitor and told him drop the case. And the case was dropped, and Judy Annie went back with insult the pin. She went back with the pins from the insult. And today she's living with those pins. Peveki girl, free leching, Peveki girl. Right now come inside because why? She was perceived an opponent to the ruling party. So Peveki, who was a partner to the ruling party, got justice via the telephone. Just on the telephone, he got justice. And just a telephone call deny Judy any justice. This is the country and this is not going to stop. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. But some of us, you see us, we are telling you don't waste your time because we don't know what you depend on, we don't know what you have. We assume that you do not have the space that we have, or that some of us have, or maybe the bravery is not there. But we know how many attempts that we have survived. They use the state infrastructure, the state security infrastructure to create something that will incriminate you only because you are perceived to be critical. It takes a brave character, a disciplined person. You have to be, if you want to chastise this government, you have to be brave and socially disciplined. I say this to you. You have to be brave and socially disciplined. Because just a simple mistake, maybe at a bar or a football field or somewhere, you could get caught in their web. When they're not rape, that sexual harassment, or that disturbing public peace, maybe they put you in jail for that. They say, they're jail man. They're in jail in the morning will free the man. The man, somebody step on the man, told the man go slap the person, or the man paying go slap the person. So you have to be brave and disciplined, extremely tolerant. Even when you are interacting with police officers in the traffic, you have to be extremely tolerant. Because just a word you utter, they could use it to incriminate you and either delay you or humiliate you. They got nothing on you, but they just delay you or intimidate you and humiliate you for that day and your whole day sport. For them, they achieve. Because the country is a disaster. It's a mess. It's a compounded mess that has been created under Joe Barker. So under a compounded messy system, you can't get justice, you can't fight jobs, you can't fight to eliminate anything. You will not get justice under a compounded, illiterate, and nasty and spoiled system. You can't get justice under such a system. You can't get justice, not just justice, but you can't fight jobs. You can't fight corruption. You can't fight corruption. You can't fight corruption. You can't be transparent. No, you can't be transparent. You will not increase salaries of teachers and nurses and doctors and all of that. You can't do it. You will not be able to strengthen your security and build a professional and well-trained security. No, under a compounded message system, you can't do that. You will not be able to attract investors to your country because the system is compounded with mess. So it does not attract any system that is compounded with mess, does not attract any serious investor to come here and take the hard-earned money and pump it in your country that is so illiterate, presided over by a group of illiterates. Who wants to do that? Nobody. Nobody. And that's what you need to be too. This is the system. You can't build serious or good rules in your country under a compounded message system that does not account for anything. No. A system that does not respect our own procurement laws. What do you do significantly under a system that does not respect our own constitutionally established Supreme Court? What do you do? You can't do anything. So if some of you think Liberia is making progress, yes, you understand saying that to sound nationalistic. But being or sounding nationalistic does not mean you should be telling falsehood. It means you must look in the faces of those who are leading you, whether they are even leading us, but because I think they are oppressing us. So in this context, you should look in the face of your oppressors and say to them, hey, enough is enough. You must be able to tell the people that, hey, these guys are oppressing you, they are oppressing us, they have undermined every system that they inherited to the extent that we have become a messy country that nobody has any regard or respect for. The people need to know. You can't be misleading them or blaspheming them because you want to sound nationalistic. That's not being nationalistic. That's blasphemy. You can do that. You can do that. And some of us are not going to settle for that. I want to tell you a story, but I need to take more calls because I have like 11 minutes to go. But I'll tell you a short story tomorrow about something. Somebody I met today and something that happened. There are people in this country who will just never stop being corrupt and criminals. They will not stop. No. They will not stop. I hope you guys have reached my threshold so I can give some money. But let's go to the telephone line and start taking calls while I check my threshold and see whether you reach it to start doing job. I told you my threshold will reach 200 transactions before I start doing job. And I reach, I'm not paying nobody. I'm clear about that. So let's take calls on this number 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. My name is Austin Kawa. Let's hear you. Okay. Yeah, so those are the numbers. The WhatsApp number is +231 886 500 104. Those are the 3 numbers to call and be a part of the show tonight. Freedom Heart Talk on Freedom FM 87.9. My name is Austin Kawa. 0886 104 104 0776 104. That's 0886 500 104 0776 104 104. And our WhatsApp number is +231 886 500 104. Those are the numbers to call and join the show tonight. Let's take calls on the different numbers. Good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, Austin.
How are you doing tonight? Let's hear you.
Well, I'm doing good. Thank you for the presentation. I just want to. We don't want to give these people idea in calling this country, but because it's of our country and patriotic like we have to. I'm a citizen, and then when it comes to the aspect of quitting job, first of all, I want to commemorate, I want to create for an effort, using a radical effort in solving a radical problem. Okay, secondly, the DEA need to consider the activity category of fighting is hello?
Yeah, you're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, the first category is to first of all go to the killing system. Like you see, they take 1 or 2 persons. We need this government if the civil doesn't build somewhere a wide area where secure with security, get our boys and our girls off the street and getting them anti-drugs to be treating them well. That's the first aspect of fighting drugs. I'm a people. The second aspect is to prevent the drugs. Now we start to do as I said, they don't know no strategic plan where drugs come into the country, whether it's airport, one of the borders point, they don't know. We need to know that. The third thing there is that now they go to arrest. But if you can't prevent, if you can't kill, then what you arresting people for? Do you understand me? Right now, I will advise them to go into the education sector now. We have no delay. Our government, our education sector, we need to get people into the education, into schools, when the schools open, to start to educate kids to prevent them from using drugs. So this is my contribution, but I will tell my people we make a big mistake happening with government. But we are watching them, okay?
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Let's see. Let's take Moko. Where is the other phone? Where did I put this phone? This phone. Okay, yes. So let's take calls from the different numbers. This person, go ahead. Good evening to you. I'm fine. Thank you.
Yeah, this is Esmoka, the visually impaired that keeping organs to the fire to deliver. You know, the issue that has to do with the kids, and kudos to you for always flagging the issue, because there are things that happen in there the people are not aware of. Okay, so I'm not even in the know that I think took place today, although they say it should have happened on Monday, and it was today that it happened. I don't know where in the world you request for somebody to bring that bomb, and the bomb is brought, and then yet the person that brought the bomb, they are under detention, and then what you want investigated, and the investigated behind you. So I don't know, but that case, people continue to push that case around, until we not see the A and the D. The drug issue, look, it is clear that the higher up are part of the drug issue. Because when the people, the citizens are completely inquiring on the issue of drug, what they will do, they will cause confusion among the heads of the institution. And then you will start hearing they getting different. Where in the world you will tell us that the citizen of the country should be responsible for the drug because they are not showing you where is the drug? Are you hearing me?
It tells you the mayor is exhausted. You know, imagine the campaigners, the fighters turn to campaigners now. They are protesters now. Those who supposed to be fighting now are protesting.
Yes, I don't see. You pass, you will know that the people are around. In fact, before the coming of this government, the people used to be careful. But today, people will be on the street telling their friends say the market here. So me here, but telling you say the market, that means that drug is selling.
Now what do you call market?
Oh yeah, they call it market. The market
I'm not hearing nothing before. I'm not hearing nothing in Stephen Thomas Esther before. The PG was telling me, he said, asked him, he said, my man, the process he brought market.
Yes, that means that the people is talking about brother. It's visible. They will looking for him. They will show you where he is. No, man, I'm going to tell us something. But man, it's serious. It's Tiaro. I can be a friend.
Wow.
Wow. Thank you, man.
Thank you, my brother. Oh, Maki, so I think they can call Maki. Oh, let's go to Canada and talk to our brother from Canada. My man, they say they think me Maki.
How you doing, man?
I'm okay.
Then you do this GT calling. Yeah, my man, they talking about me and get toys out. So I ain't know the put in. Because you see the people out for the put out supposed to be there, like campaigning for job people there. People having serious issue.
Yeah.
Then the people also will be fighting and be arresting job. They're telling you who bringing joy in the country, but they don't want to display that they ain't able to say nothing. For what? Nobody know. Look, also they put up in trade. I will tell you that for us, we are growing our country. Look, like bro, between the age of 70 now, to maybe 70 now up to maybe I would say let's look at the age between, let's say, 40 or 35, or maybe 47 down to 35 years old. Us in the people bring war on us. They ruin our whole future.
Yeah.
I just have working in school. They brought war. The time was supposed to be 2020. Our parents were there fighting to protect us, taking the big war, were running around. They stabilized us for years, all the way to the early 20s. Right now, they don't have means of bringing war. So you know what they're doing after they finish dealing with all war, we want to go to school. We can't stay in school doing it. Now they bring drugs for our children. So because they can get our children drugs, they can get our children the war again because we finish telling them, we finish experiencing that. So we use the drugs right now. Like war drugs right now. They're using the drugs on our children now. They deal with their parents and with war, they make them run around. Then they take their children and they somebody in drugs and things, bringing all kinds of drugs in the country. For what? What's that about to do to the people then? I don't understand. But you heard the news about Joseph Baga in Japan? I tell you, the man's going to go to Tokyo, right? And Joseph Baga go to Tokyo.
Yeah.
You're not going to Tokyo. You're not far away from Tokyo. Yes, it's going to be Montreal. You go Montreal. You know, all the way in places like Grand Cook County and thing. They come in when they say you go to war.
I mean, they mean in Japan, but all they mean in Japan.
You're not going to go to a war.
All the men in Japan, they will pay for that, but
and the man say, you're not attending the program.
Yeah,
they go to the program. It's only attended by 11 people.
Yeah.
They make carry 20 people. And you know, that's how the people straight up. When they post it, they're normal. You come all to the place, it's not laboratory where you can say, when they say SKD Pie, say, oh, maybe I'll go stand on outside, I'll do that. They bring what I think. The person they play part. So he decline, he's not going to be attending. So why you go spend all our tears, all our tax money for now? Now you're saying the 5 minutes, some Mongol representing. You see the kind of thing going to you? Everybody, we are enjoying our
Thank you, my brother.
Continue. And also, I'm begging you, continue to be talking on the fire thing. I'm begging you, continue to be on the fire thing. You know, if someone have to join you to our research, we'll share with you. But the fire thing, the people need to know the truth, my brother.
No
they
problem.
Need to know the truth about the fire thing.
Trust me,
Thank
we'll
you.
do that. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Masisi, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you.
Go ahead, Dr. Sisi.
Yeah, I'm a family to the hospital.
God is good to us.
I give you people I try it. I will pepper you.
Oh.
I will tell you, yes.
You call my show to intimidate me? To threaten me?
I want to intimidate the fucker. I intimidate the people. What I want to say, Austin? What I want to say?
Kude, 1 minute, Masisi. Kude Williams.
Yeah. Okay, one minute. What I want to say, I want to question. So they there. Now, what will pay them all fear? So he said he's crazy?
Yeah, they still giving you invitation.
But for what now? What you say?
No, they sell a man stole. They say he bought stolen property. The man say, okay, who say I bought the property? They can't bring the person who say. What kind of property I bought like stolen? They can't call the property that the man bought as stolen. Okay, so these are my documents. I own these property. Let me go face LRO. They say no, stay in jail. You can't see the man. LRO go testify. You know.
That's why I say comment to you about so often. We'll see what it was happening, but I'm fighting it back to you. You say you got evidence. Talk about your IG police. They say they got evidence. And they say for the 17, we'll go to the court with them to the case to which is on the 17. But when you say they put somebody there, the first one there, I was saying, they there for somebody that was so the property. Can you imagine that was saying? Can you imagine what you know what you're eating? That's what they all I was saying, they bought it for keep it in for coffee and someone go and say yes, indeed, and they want to do it. For me, I look at it, what you are saying. You understand? That's not what you are if you don't get evidence, can't go out. Because what you say, you can't pull out men up, but you don't pull up this thing. And you tell us that I can't get it. Before I did it. It's wrong. You put a kid in jail, say it wrong. In the court, you're you even tell my police that they can't. And you say you're better than places. We'll go to fire that place. It will now put you in one point place. You can put you in detention and say, I'm going to go and say, oh, we don't want to say they're going to go to it. And you can be the man and the man story, just about it. If I hope, they put you for our technique. We go for inside, we're bringing that, so we need serious men. And we're going to face today.
Thank you. Let's take 2 more calls and leave radio with Anthony Stevens tonight. Good evening to you. Let's hear you.
Hello, bro.
Good evening to you. You're live. Let's hear you. 30 seconds.
Yeah. But I just want to appreciate you, and that's what I want to say. Something very important.
Go ahead.
Let me try to appreciate you and still. This is some of you that I can. As you know, on the show, don't call the number people from different places to get a number. At least don't call on the show. Now, other people in our community or the district or the country can go. But if you put it down, let me speak that to the district or the country. Other places, when listening to the discussion will go. I will notice people who are radio station, they get on state management. And when they say talking, people get a number of the call.
Okay. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Abio, from Toronto.
Okay, so what we'll do, I don't know, if you're watching us via Facebook, the numbers are on the screen. But normally, you call the numbers, regularly for people to grab the numbers and save it in their phones and all of that. So once we open it down, they can call.
I appreciate you. I can't go for you because you're not. But how will you get to it? You can't do it. You can't do it. I almost said, Mona, you can't do it.
Okay, my brother. Thank you. I just called myself. Last caller. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. Austin Kawan.
Good evening to you. Let's hear you quickly. 30 seconds.
Yeah, this is the voice of Samu Rasta. Austin, I'm joining you from Control in Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe, I love that country.
Yeah. Austin is very sad and frustrating. In 42 years, president, who don't need advance because he had 42 years of experience, he told the people that he came to rescue. Today, all his administration to see drugs fly the jet, to see what he criticized yesterday, to see justified. Austin is very sad. It's frustrating. Well, okay, how can the Americans come rescue and then your people are dying from drugs? How can you come rescue? How would you say no to drugs? Austin, when police, when DA officers are buying bags, $10 US for bags, DA selling bags, DA selling Labrador flag, DA officers buying their own uniform. They say no to drugs. Are you kidding me? So do we make it sport of the Labrador for hospital? The mistake we Labrador made will correct that mistake to the now. This president, you don't need rocket science to say that this president don't came to rescue. He's not rescue, he can't kill. Austin visit the hospital, Austin, you will feel bad. A party will be the hospital, Austin, and cry. How can one come rescue Austin and our people are dying in the hospital? Austin, 1961 president William J. Stockton made a trip to the U.S. government at the time. All the leadership of John F. Kennedy. Today, the IEC in 1971, the base JFK and the Navy after John F. Kennedy. Today, people call JFK. You see how much people English or President Obama went to the U.S. for the 2 years as well, President saying yes, he's saying for English. Today, he come out with English in the castle. African rock for all that. President Obama is president. He asked them, he doesn't need any question. He doesn't even come out to the person. He would say yes, sir. He doesn't mean yes. You want to be yes. Every time, and this is what I'm calculating. Who told her to bring yellow machine? They don't get the yellow machine.
Thank you. Let's go. We have to go.
Thank you.
We have to go. Tabu Rasta, we have to go. We are ending the show tonight from Zimbabwe with that call from Zimbabwe. That's my favorite place in Nukutan. So let me say thanks to all of you for following the show tonight. Thanks to those of you who call in, those of you who use your data to watch us live via Facebook. Just us, we appreciate so hard the moral support you continue to give us, and your prayers especially are keeping us strong and brave. We shall be back here tomorrow by God's grace. But until then, to have yourselves pleasant moments in your respective areas. My name is Austin Kawa. Bye-bye.
idle man is a hungry man. A hungry man is an angry man that ain't bring all the holla there in the land. Corruption stay in the house. Too many appetite but hunger stay killing us. If you live to see the